how do we prepare and get ready for all of these different changes that are happening in the workplace now? There's a big transformation happening with AI technology. Companies are using it. They're looking at ways to have their employees use the technology. And we also have a choice in that. We can wait and see what happens, or we can be proactive. And this is what I want to get into in this video. I want to share some strategies about how we can prepare to thrive in an AI-driven economy. The first strategy is around developing new skills. One option is to focus on acquiring skills that will complement AI. We know that AI leverages data, and that having data and good data and a lot of data is important to reap the benefits of AI. So one skill that we can learn is data analysis. How do you take large amounts of data and make sense out of it? How do you use the data to draw insights that you can communicate to others and help make strategic decisions within your organization? Some other skills include critical thinking and problem solving. AI and automation depend on the models being provided with the information that it needs to do certain tasks. But what if you're asked to do something that has no precedence, is brand new, there's no additional context? This is where humans will continue to set themselves apart. You have your lived experiences, you have the context of other situations that may have been relevant, and you can use those to help you come up with new solutions. How do you problem solve and how do you troubleshoot? The models don't have that context, and so that's a huge advantage for you. Another option is to reskill. So instead of the skill set that you have today, maybe there are other skills that you can learn. And if you think about it strategically, this can be in an industry or a function that has a lower likelihood of being automated by these technologies. This way, you're future-proofing your skills and your role. An important piece of this as well is lifelong learning. This includes staying up to date with the changes that are happening, the different types of technologies, and how it impacts society at large, and specifically how it relates to your organization and to your roles and responsibilities. All these things are happening out there, but what does it mean for you? This is the question you have to ask. And at the same time, look for different ways and courses, podcasts, videos to upskill and reskill as you need to. Next is to focus on human-centered skills. So these are skills that we are really good at doing as humans. Think, for example, about emotional intelligence. The way we're able to relate to each other and have empathy and understanding and care for one another. This is something that robots cannot do. These skills allow you to work well and effectively with colleagues, with other humans. And as we go forward, they will also be helpful to you as you're working alongside agents and robots and AI technology. So that's another thing to think about. As you're planning, it's not just about applying these skills as we know it today to humans, but it's also in the new world, being able to leverage these skills in our interaction day to day with AI. Other relevant skills here relate to creativity and innovation. This is the ability to think up new ideas and put them into practice, designing it, building it, launching it, making it real. This is the root of driving business growth and improvement for our overall society. This is how we come up with new things that are helpful to humans in all aspects of life. So it's important to embrace creativity. It's important to embrace innovation and specifically learn the tools and processes related to that. Communication is important today, but it will become even more important. As you have large sets of data, and information needs to be communicated not just to humans, but to AI models and the machines. Communication is really important. If you're giving instruction to an AI model and prompting it to do something for you, you have to write it in a way that it will understand and it will give you the right information that you're looking for. That's an important process of making sure that these models work well. It's dependent on asking the right things, asking it in the right way. If you're not getting that information that you're requesting, being able to follow up and provide it with more information that can help you tailor the specific response that you're looking for. So in this case, the scope and the number of parties that we usually communicate with, that's growing. And now it's including the AI agents as well. Third is to embrace AI as a tool, starting with augmentation. Looking at different ways that it can help you with the tasks you have to date and the things you have to do. In that way, you're looking at it as something that can help you, not something that is going to replace you. How can it help you work smarter and not harder? Maybe this includes drafting an email or drafting a project plan or any other type of communication. Anything where you can generate ideas, you can get started, you can have a baseline and go forward from there. Look across all the activities you perform and all your responsibilities and see if there are some ways that using the technology can help you in your day-to-day. Automation is also important here. Are there some repetitive tasks that have to get done, but you never enjoy doing, that you can automate? Using the technology to help you with these mundane tasks can free up more time. So now you can do other activities. You can do something more creative. You can do something more strategic that involves and requires your specific knowledge as a human, the context that you bring, your rich experience. And bringing it all together, there's also collaboration. So as you're working with different colleagues, you're working alongside AI agents, how do you leverage the strengths of everyone around you to get work done? This will require you to use judgment, critical thinking, and having empathy as you're working. Next is being agile and adaptable. We know all the changes are coming, and it requires a sense of flexibility when it comes to roles and how they're changing, industries and the changes there. This requires being open to the different ways that roles may change, and also just work arrangement in general. How we do things today may not be how we do things in 3 years or in 5 years. And who we do it with is obviously going to change as more machines become part of that equation. Today, we can start experimenting. A lot of the GPT tools are available out there, and understanding how to use them, how to craft a prompt, what type of direction can you give the models? What is the extent of what they can do? A lot of those things you can learn primarily from using it, and that's the best way. Hearing about it, reading about the concept is not the same thing as getting hands on keyboard and trying it yourself. This also requires a huge amount of resilience. There are lots of uncertainties. We don't know exactly how everything will play out. So as we navigate the ambiguity of this AI-driven world, it's important that we continue to stay resilient. And lastly is seeking support and resources. Training and development is clearly very critical here. Not just understanding where the news is happening, how do you learn about the latest technology, but where can you take courses? What's available and how can you learn and from who? As you're looking to build certain skills, it will be important to know where you can do that and who can help you with that process. This is where mentorship can be helpful. People who have navigated something similar before, or maybe they have the domain or technical expertise and they can help you in your journey, especially if you're just getting started. They may have some tips for you or point you to some resources instead of you trying to figure it all out by yourself. Finding community is also really important. So are there other people and professionals in your same line of work who are navigating the same thing? Maybe this can be a monthly call where you share ideas, you share tips, you share the different prompts that you've used with each other. You can use that group to share the different best practices that you're all learning, and maybe things that are working well or not working well during your process of experimentation. And I think it's important as well to seek other resources as it may be helpful. This is a huge change, and not everyone is open and ready for such a huge change. And I know a lot of people are concerned. What is it going to mean for them? Is there going to be displacement? How is that going to impact them? And so speaking to professionals can also be really helpful, especially if people are impacted along the way. Meaning, purpose. These are all things that people may potentially be questioning. So I hope this video has been helpful to have a list of strategies to prepare for all of these AI-driven changes that are coming. Let me know in the comments if these resonate with you, if you've already started on your journey, what things you're learning, and what are you looking to learn next? Are there questions that you have? I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching. While you're here, watch another video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.